Hey, welcome. We're going to do a really quick and simple and easy ravioli with little wonton wrappers. I don't know if you've seen these before. Wonton wrappers, you buy them at the supermarket, look at that, and they feel silky smooth. They're absolutely great little texture. So what we can do is the spinach, and I know what I've done with this spinach, you just want to take the moisture out. You don't want, if you're going to use the frozen spinach, which I have, take the moisture out. It's just better to get some of that moisture out because you don't want too much liquid in these little ravioli packs. Okay, so just in there with the spinach, and you can add in what you want. I wouldn't put a lot of salt in because we're going to use just a little pinch because we're going to use some feta. Okay, so just with the feta, this is one of those little Persian fetas. You could use a Greek feta, you could use ricotta. It doesn't really matter. We're going to use a feta there. Just breaking that up a little bit before we put it in. Just a little bit. And again, quite silky and smooth. Beautiful. Now, of course, when you get these wonton wrappers, what you want to make sure is you've got enough for the lid. So there's one for the bottom and one for the lid, okay? Now, what we're going to put in here, a bit of salt, we've done that, a bit of pepper, and again, just to taste, you could put chilli in there. I might hold back at this. We're going to do a butter and sage sauce for it on top with some pine nuts as well. So we'll roast those off a little bit, like the water boiling there. They only take about 2 minutes each once you get this process done. Just a little bit of garlic. When I say little, maybe a teaspoon and a half of garlic in there. And again, optional, just with a little microplane, just a little bit of that lemon zest, okay? Just to give it a little bit extra flavour. Again, this is optional. Now, lots of salt in the water, okay? So, boiled water, obviously. And lots of salt to give that kind of feeling or taste of the sea. That's what you kind of yummy. All right, don't overdo that. In fact, you can use a bit of that too. Gin and tonic too, which is critical for this recipe. Now what we're going to do is, also with the wontons, once we put all this mix together in, I'm going to break a little egg. I'll do that now. And we'll use an egg to kind of keep it all together in terms of basting it, okay? So we'll just simple the process there. And that becomes your little paste that will show you. There's still a little bit of space here. So just mixing that through, all that mixture. I'll actually do it with that. Just to start off the top because of that cheese. Now, as I said, any kind of cheeses that you want in there. I've got feta, could do ricotta. Just mixing that through, and this becomes your spinach and ricotta filling with a bit of, just a tiny bit of lemon zest, a bit of pepper and salt. Now, it doesn't get much easier than that. Just break it up. I mean, you can have pockets of bits of feta in there, but that's okay. Okay, that's mixed quite well. Now, what I like to do is just give ourselves a little bit of space here and bring the lazy Susan around. We'll do the butter shortly. I'm just going to turn the water on. I've already salted that, so I'll put some salt in already. Okay, and each little wrapper, we might be, don't want to overload them, right? So each little wrapper, just a little teaspoon, or one little measuring spoon, that's really cool, right? That's a little tablespoon worth, and it'll kind of give you that one consistency, okay? So you can see that, simple. That's what we're looking for, all right? So, same thing, each one, that way you kind of know you've got similar kind of amount in each. So we'll keep going with that, and I'll show you what they look like. Once we've done each one of those, let me just show you one of those. Okay, so just literally, just around the edge of your wonton or ravioli. And with another one on top. They're hard to get apart, so I find a little knife just to the edge. A little bit there. Oh, cool. Now, just with another clean fork, just with your little, if you're wondering how they did that at their restaurant, try and get as much air out of them as possible and just give them a little squash down. Okay, same thing, each one. I know it's a little bit of a process, but it's worth the effort with that sage, butter, and pine nuts on top. These are absolute little ripper pockets. Okay, so just same process, get it to the edge. You've got your egg on there just to kind of help bind that, spread it out a little bit where you can, and just push it down. Ripper, I'll keep doing those and we'll come back. Hot water is absolutely boiling. Right, you can see our little raviolis. Okay, and as I said, that's been salted. A couple of minutes. What happens is when they rise to the top, you'll know they're done. Okay. Now this is a bit like little gnocchis. Yeah. I'll put those in. And just while I'm doing that, you'll notice they might pop the top. Just move back a bit. That's on. I just want to roast those pine nuts a little bit. Okay, so just on a dry, not too high heat. Oop, there's one more. Oop. No, 6. Get back here. Now what I want to do is just slowly, you don't have to cook the whole batch at once, but do this. I've got to keep your eye on the pine nuts as well, because they seem to brown really quickly. You're not looking before you know it, they're burnt. Right, so you know what that. So these look great. So do bit by batch. What you're going to probably need to do also is get a large plate ready. So when they're ready, we're going to put them on there and then we'll drizzle the sauce on. Okay. Just move those around a little bit. See how those are browning up? It doesn't take long before they are ready. Yes, just a couple of those in. Now, they will just take a couple of minutes. Probably enough in there. Let's leave that there. Now, I want to come back here. Now, I might just, if I can get you back up a bit, I'll just need a little plate for those, because you don't want to, that's it. Because we're going to bring some, the butter in there, and we put this in last year, because you don't want them to go too soft, right? They look so cool, and they smell great, and they have, when you actually cook them, rather than just pine nuts raw, when you cook them, they get the really nutty flavour, right? And you can see those browning now, so let's take those off. Okay, just put those there. Oh, there's one. We're watching that, we've got that going. There's a lot going on here. Right, so a whack of butter. What you can see there, with that sage, I've just chopped it up. You don't have to have it on too high, right? With that sage chopped up, a bit of garlic as well, and just all in together with a bit of pepper. Oh, look at that. Actually, that didn't probably be hot. Give your handles a turn or suffer a burn. Smitty always told me that. Right, just some pepper in that, feeding it in. Oh, that smells exactly what we want. Okay, just let that. See how that browns off, that burnt butter and sage, and we'll just, once that's heated, they're looking great. They're just an amazing smell. Now you could actually do this, you don't have to necessarily do sage, you could do basil as well, but I just kind of like this nice way. So that's browned off, you can see that beautiful. Turn that off, turn the heat off there. Come back here. We'll pour those on last, those little things. Can't have too much pepper. Just a quick twist of that. I might move that out of the way a little bit, and what we can do is we can bring that here, making sure that that's off, of course. Now, what might be easier is just to kind of, just have a little look. You can see how those are kind of a little translucent a little bit, and look great, that butter's still Just a little bit warm. Beautiful. If you like, sometimes it could be even easier with some tongs, right? Just to check what those look like. A couple more minutes in there. Probably making sure that's still boiling. Turn up a little bit. We'll keep cooking those. We'll plate them in. Let's have a little quick see. One of those is ready. Probably is. Look at that. It's exactly what you want. Be careful they don't pop open because all the goodness comes out. Large raviolis, and we'll pour the sauce on, and then we'll drizzle the pine nuts on top. So they're done. Right, they're beautifully cooked, and just with that burnt butter and sage sauce just on top, get as much of it out as possible. Just drizzle it on top. You could add some oil on there if you want it. I feel it's a little bit lacking. And then, like I said, out of the way, with the pine nuts just on top. And there's your ravioli with feta and spinach, sage and butter with some pine nuts.